You want to know a great hack for a cheap kid's birthday cake? Our daughter Mava recently turned 3, and when I asked her what kind of cake she wanted, she told me that she wanted a baby shark cake, which is totally fine, except for the fact that at her birthday party, we had all of her cousins there. And since my husband comes from a family of 4 and they all have kids, we're talking about 10 adults and 12 kids were going to be there. So obviously, I was looking at cakes that could go ahead and accommodate that. But the quotes that I was getting was definitely not something that I wanted to pay. And I absolutely get it why they were so expensive, but I was like, there has to be a better way. Also, it is all going to be eaten anyways. I'm not going to spend a couple $100 just on a cake that will obviously get eaten. So then I had this brilliant idea. Then I had this idea of going to the grocery store and seeing what kind of themed cakes that they could make in their bakery. And I found the perfect Little Mermaid cake. And I believe it ended up being about $35 for one of those big slab cakes. And if you are in Canada, I end up going to Safeway for this. So what I did was I went ahead and I ordered this cake. Again, it was only about $35 for a pretty big cake. And then I went to Walmart and I grabbed a couple of baby shark bath toys so that I could go ahead and plop those on the cake. We then picked up the cake the day before the party and it looked great. But what I did was I plucked Ariel off of there. I believe there was Sebastian on there too, but I took off all the Little Mermaid themed things. And then the day of the party, I just plopped on these baby shark things. And now, come on, look at this. For a kid's 3rd birthday party cake, I would say this is pretty decent, especially since I only spent $35 for the cake. And I believe the baby shark accessories were about 15, I want to say, for this bath set. But at the same time, I'm going to obviously reuse the accessories for the bath. So I didn't actually really count that in the actual cost of the cake in the end because, again, I was going to be reusing these things. Here's another look at the cake after we put some candles in the cake. So I personally think it turned out really good. You can see that there is that sea, you can see that there is that underwater theme because obviously it was a Little Mermaid cake. But as I said, I just plunked those suckers down there and she was so happy and I thought it looked so cute and so did everybody else and the cake was actually pretty decent. I thought it was actually pretty tasty for, again, being only $35. We also got some cupcakes as well from Safeway and I believe the dozen cupcakes that I'm showing here cost about $10 maybe. But anyways, I let the girls go ahead and decorate these because I thought it would be fun for our 2 kids just to decorate these cupcakes for the birthday party. And they were, again, just pre-made. And then I had some sprinkles in my baking supplies that they sprinkled over top of it. And my youngest daughter is really, and since my youngest daughter is really into bunnies, we did get some little bunny cupcake toppers off of Amazon. Again, I believe a big pack of them, like 40 of them, were about $5. And then those little bunny figurines that are on top of the cakes, that are on top of the cupcakes, we also got from Amazon. And they're pretty solid, like they're little figurines. So I believe, again, that ran us like $10 or $12, I want to say. And then the kids just kept their individual bunny after they were done their cupcake, which they thought was super fun. But obviously, these cupcakes were definitely optional and it was not needed because we already had that giant cake and we had probably about half that cake left over. So we definitely didn't need that much. But again, even if you did just the cupcakes or you did just the cake for your kid's birthday party, it would be so much cheaper than getting it custom made. And that is just a little hack that I stumbled upon for a cheaper alternative to getting a cake made or to getting a cake made for a kid's birthday party. And of course, if I was talented enough, I would absolutely just try and make these myself. But I felt like I didn't have the time or patience this time. And also, I am not a professional baker, so who knows what that cake would have turned out to look like.